Hello and welcome to another episode of MJTCG. On this episode we will be doing the last part of the Hours of Devastation box opening. So we got here the last 9 packs. At the end I'll do a quick recap of all the rares I opened. So I'm going to skip through the commons because, well, I did them land already in the first two and skip through on the third as well, so we're going to be skipping the commons. Alrighty, we got here Sinuous Striker. It's a 2/2 for 3, 2 blue, 1 blue, 2 generic. Naga Warrior for 1 blue, gets +1/-1 until end of turn, and is eternalized for 3 colorless and 2 blue. Discard a card. Devotee of Strength. It's a 3/2 for 3, 2 generic, 1 green. The Naga Wizard for 4 generic, 1 green. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And we got here Shift Dunes. It is a desert for taps, add a colorless mana to your mana pool. Tap, pay 1 life. Add a white to your mana pool, and 2 generic, 2 white. Sacrifice it. Creatures sacrifice a desert. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Activate this ability only as a sorcery. And our rare is Swarm of Intelligence. For 6 generic, 1 blue, it's an enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may copy that spell. You may choose a new target for that. That's pretty good. Let's save Nicol Bolas for last. I only have one of those left. The rest, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so the first 3 parts went pretty well for those of you who have watched. That's the token. That's the land. That's the commons. So, you know, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm very happy so far with this box. Alright, here's the uncommons. Ruskat's Right. For 3 generic, 2 black. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library for a black cycling. Remnant Ruins. Tap, add a colorless to your mana pool. Tap, pay 1 life, add a red to your mana pool. 2 generic, 2 red. Tap, sacrifice a desert, deal 2 damage to each opponent. It is also a desert. Bane Whip Punisher. For 2 generic, 1 black. Is a 2/2 human warrior. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Black, sacrifice it, destroy a target creature that has a -1/-1 counter on it, and our rare is Hollow One. It's a 4/4 for 5 generic artifact creature golem. Costs 2 less for each card you've cycled this turn, and it also has 2 colorless to cycle. Not bad. It's not like great, but you know. Oh, that stupid thing. That's our land of a regular mountain. These are our commons. And our first uncommon, Hope Tender. It's a 2/2 for 2, 1 green, 1 generic. Human Druid. 1 generic, tap it. Untap target land. 1 generic, exert it. Untap 2 target lands. That's pretty solid. Ipnu Rivulet. It's a desert. Tap to add a colorless mana to your mana pool. Tap, pay 1 life, add a blue to your mana pool. 1 blue, 1 generic. Tap, sacrifice a desert. Target player puts the top 4 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Medium. Sand Strangler. 3/3 for 4, 3 generic, 1 red. It's a beast. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a desert or there's a desert in your graveyard, you may have it deal 3 damage to target creature. So very good in limited. And our rare, God Pharaoh's Gift. For 7 mana artifact, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. It gains haste until end of turn. It's pretty solid, pretty solid. Alright, the next pack. That's our token. That's our land. Alright, these are the commons. Start. We have here Crypt of the Eternals. Merciless Eternal. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read. Crypt of the Eternals, it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life, tap add a colorless for 1 generic, tap it, add a blue black or red to your mana pool. Merciless Eternal is a 2/2 for 3, 2 generic, 1 black. Zombie Cleric, flipped 2, so whenever it becomes blocked, deal 2 damage. The defending player loses 2 life. 2 generic, 1 black. Discard a card. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Devotee of Strength. It is a 3/2 for 3, 2 generic, 1 green. Naga Wizard. For 4 generic, 1 green. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Now, rare is Hour of Glory. 3 generic, 1 black. Instant. Exile target creature. If that creature was a god, its controller reveals his or her hand and exiles all cards with the same name from it. So that's pretty good. On to the next pack. I mean, removal is always good in limited. And that probably will see some play in standard, to be honest. Or at least I would play it in standard. I think it's pretty solid. It's a good way to get rid of gods, and it's relatively inexpensive in a control deck, especially. Alright, Resolute Survivors. It's for 1 generic, 1 red, 1 white, 3/3 human warrior. You may exert it as it attacks. Whenever you exert a creature, deal 1 damage to each opponent, you gain 1 life. Dunes of Dead. Tap to add, it's a desert. Tap to add colorless mana to your mana pool. When it's put into your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie token. Vile Manifestation. It's a 0/4 for 2, 1 generic, 1 black. Horror. And it gets +1/+0 for each card with cycling in your graveyard. 2 generic to cycle. Pretty solid. And our rare is a legendary creature. Genu with eyes open. So 4/3 for 5. 3 generic, 2 white. Legendary human warrior with vigilance. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a planeswalker card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. If a source would deal damage to a planeswalker you control, prevent 1 of that damage. That can be good in the planeswalker EDH deck. You get pretty good value from it by tutoring out for a planeswalker, and then the ability to protect your planeswalkers is nice. That's the token. That's our land. So far, no full arts in this quarter of the box. Alright, here's our first uncommon. Appeal to Authority. For 1 green sorcery, until end of turn, target creature gains trample and gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Authority, tap up to 2 target creatures your opponent control. Creatures you control gain vigilance until end of turn. Pretty solid. Liliana's Defeat. Destroy target black creature or black planeswalker. If that permanent was a Liliana planeswalker, her controller loses 3 life. Burning Fist Minotaur. It's a 2/1 for 2, 1 red, 1 generic. Minotaur Wizard. First strike, for 1 generic, 1 red, discard a card. It gets +2/+0 until end of turn. And our rare is Nimble, Obstructionist. It's a 3/1 with flash, flying, cycling for 2 generic, 1 blue. When you cycle it, counter target activated or triggered ability. Nice, that's pretty solid. We got 3 more packs left, including this one. Oh, these stupid things. And hey, we got a full art land. Alright, let's go straight through to the uncommons. There we go. Magmarath. 5/5 for 4. Elemental. 3 generic, 1 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1/-1 counter on it. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, remove a -1/-1 counter from it. Sword of Solidarity. 2/2 for 1 white, 1 generic. Human Warrior. Tap, exerted. Create a 1/1 white creature warrior token with vigilance. Struggle to Survive. Struggle is for 2 generic, 1 red, instant. Deals damage to target creature equal to number of lands you control. Survive is a sorcery for 1 generic, 1 green. Each player shuffles his or her graveyard into their library. And our rare is Hour of Eternity for XX 3 blue. Sorcery. Exile X target creatures from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. That's pretty solid. Alright, last 2 packs to go. Alright, what token we got here? Another zombie. Land. Ooh, another full art island. Can't complain about that. Go through all this. Here we go. Hope Tender, you saw this before. Sunset Pyramid, 2 generic, enters the battlefield with 3 brick counters on it. 2 generic, tap it, remove a brick counter to draw a card. 2 generic, tap it, scry 1. Consign to Oblivion, for 1 generic, 1 blue, instant, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. For 4 generic, 1 black, sorcery, target opponent discards 2 cards. Our rare is Refuse to Cooperate. Refuse deals damage to target spell's controller equal to that spell's converted mana cost for 3 generic, 1 red, instant. And Cooperate is 2 generic, 1 blue. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose a new target for it. And we have ourselves a foil. It's an Act of Heroism. Last pack, last chance at our final one more mythic from this box. Though, to be honest, I cannot complain about the mythics I have. You'll see in a moment when I recap another full art. Alright, let's skip to the uncommons here. Resolute Survivors. You saw this earlier. Desert's Hold. 2 generic, 1 white, enchant aura, enchant creature. Whenever enters the battlefield, if you control a desert or a desert card in the graveyard, you gain 3 life. Enchanted creature can attack or block or use its activate ability. So this is an arrest. Pretty solid. Eternal of the Harsh Truths. 2 generic, 1 blue, 1/3 zombie cleric, afflict 2, so whenever it becomes blocked, defending player loses 2 life. Whenever it attacks and it isn't blocked, draw a card. And our last card is indeed a mythic. It is Crested Sunmare, 5/5 for 5, 3 generic, 2 white, horse. All the horses you control are indestructible. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained life this turn, create a 5/5 white horse creature token. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let me just pile everything up together and we will do a quick recap. Okay. So these are the rares I got. Refuse to Cooperate, Reckoning. 1 Kophanet's Last Word. 1 Hazaret's Undying Fury. Solemnity. Endless Sands. Chaos Maw. Apocalypse Demon. Torment of Hellfire. Pride Sovereign. Hour of Promise. Rampant Excavator. Dream Stealer, Imminent Doom, Fray Sanity, Mirage Mirror, Hour of Revelation, Hour of Devastation, Abandoned Sarcophagus, Wildfire Emissary, Hour of Eternity, Nimble Obstructionist, Jarnu with Open Eyes, Hour of Glory, Godfarer's Gift, Hollow One, Swarm Intelligence, and our first mythic is the Scorpion God, 6/5 for 5, 3 generic, 1 black, 1 red, and it's a god. Unish Cryos Sphinx, Sovereign. Crested Sunmare. Our hollow was a hollow mythic. Neheb the Eternal. And we got ourselves here a Nicol Bolas. God Pharaoh. Super excited about this. Thank you again for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Catch you later.